So, hello everyone. Today we are gonna look back at Sharky and George. I'm Rupert, and this is Sophia. What do you remember about Sharky and George from all those years ago?
I don't remember much actually. I remember really enjoying it, but I think the last time I watched it was about 25 years ago, at least. So
You might get a bit like I did in a previous review, like some flashbacks. You might start remembering more as time goes on. I've actually got some facts here that I dug out about Sharky and George. So Sharky and George is a French show.
Didn't know that.
I know. This is great for a pub quiz.
Sharky and George.
Sharky and George. It was made in 1990 to 1992.
Okay.
2 seasons of 52 episodes. Sharky and George, the crime busters of the sea, they live in a place called Sea Cargo.
I don't remember that.
So I guess it's supposed to be Chicago, but Sea Cargo.
I see.
You can tell there's some comedians who wrote these scripts. It's based on 2 private fish detectives who combat an army of thugs and villains. Some of them actually used to be quite scary. Particularly there was an eel who used to slither around. I think he could electrocute people. But it was translated into English and shown on Channel 4. So
Channel 4.
yeah. So first of all, we're gonna have
Channel 4.
a quick look back at the intro and see if that gets the ball rolling on some fish-based memories from the 90s.
I remember the theme tune pretty well.
Yeah, well, here you go. Let's watch it in full. Get your clicks ready.
All your scoundrels, all your villains. Sharky moves fast and he does not get it. Gangsters, hoodlums, thugs and robbers. George gets there and crime gets clobbered. Sharky and George, the crime busters of the sea. Sharky and George, clear up any mystery.
I just found this music a little bit creepy.
Yeah, it's making me feel like something bad's gonna happen. It's a bit like Blade Runner Under the Sea.
Vangelis, yeah.
Yeah.
Under the Sea.
That's what it is.
And this kind of freaked me out as well. This kind of fish statue of liberty.
Chicago, the city of wealth, renowned throughout the 7 seas as the plankton capital of the deep. But the plankton mines are now exhausted. No stone has been left unturned in the search for a new source of this vital commodity. Still, a few hardy souls with nothing better to do continue to toil for the mother lode. Where have all the bubbles gone?
Kind of reminds me of SpongeBob, that.
I was just thinking, did they have SpongeBob to get their inspiration from this?
Maybe. Would remind me of
Indeed,
SpongeBob.
dear
watching.
denizens, it is with great
pleasure and joy and justifiable pride in this magnificent city we call home. I refer, of course, to Chicago, your city, my city, though as mayor it is more mine than yours. Oh yes, the air pocket, locked beneath the sea floor since the dawn of time. Mother Nature's magnificent gift to Chicago has been harnessed for the benefit of us all by Dr. Jake Eel, our renowned resident scientist.
but
Dear.
discoverer of the air pocket, one Angus P.
I think it
McCord, we owe a
these
debt
kind
of
of gangster ones
undying
more.
gratitude. For we here in Chicago will, once the Statue of Liberty has been transformed into a fresh air fountain, enjoy the
Granted, they're
purest
actually
water in the
private
seven
detectives,
seas.
so they're not
Now,
like
without
police,
further
they're
ado,
like, they do it with their own way.
bubbles away,
Yes.
Dr.
Yeah.
With pleasure.
And there is no police force, maybe they are.
Or the police is correct or something.
Yeah.
That's like the Statue of Liberty, isn't it? Chicago.
Now then. Oh my.
I do apologize. I thought I'd check the thing.
Dr. Eel asked George and me back to his lab after the ceremony that wasn't. He had a bad case of wounded scientific pride.
I've been made a fool of. Been public. You've got to help me.
Sure, Dr. Eel, but how?
I'll start by explaining how the oxygenation system actually works. It's a state secret. This represents the air pocket that McWhort found when he was prospecting. The air shoots out of there with an unbelievable force. To lower the air pressure, I've devised a network of tubes and valves called, and this is the secret part, the decompression. Pipes are made from tempered magnesium
I'm an adult and I still
aligned with
find it very
ectoplasmic
confusing.
sponge.
Yeah, it's kind of
Air
complicated
works
for
its
people to
way
understand.
through leads
Yeah.
and tubes at an incredible 7,000 knots per hour.
Again, maybe lost in
Gradually slowing down
translation
to a speed
from the
recommended
French.
by the Ultramarine Science Board
Maybe they
before
may
reaching the
make it
inner
boring.
workings of the Sturgeon of Liberty,
Thinking
or
to-
Fountain, as it is now known. But something's gone and blocked up my system. I could have sworn the design was foolproof.
Don't tell me. Let me guess. You want us to inspect the pipes, right, Doc?
Well, yes, if you would. But be careful. You're heading into danger.
After a quick lunch, George and I went to have a look at the pipes. Oh, boy. They went a long way down.
It's so dark and creepy. The whole thing so far.
That's deeper than we've ever been before.
Don't worry, George. We'll make it. And anyway, we've got a reputation to keep up.
Right, right. Let's go, let's go.
Good, I remember Sharky's voice, but I don't remember George's voice.
Hey, you coming or not?
Neither George nor I could predict what we would find. An engineering problem? Maybe a rock fall? Or sabotage?
Sabotage. The point is supposed to be like the Boston gangster accent. You don't mess with the boys.
Couple more joints to
The
solder and we're
fishes, you see
done.
the fishes.
Oh, that's so scary.
I think it's a stingray.
Okay, let's see if there's any air.
Definitely, I can tell it.
Well, that's
late
very
80s.
strange. Guess there's an
Disco
alley
music.
further up. We followed the pipe.
Pulled the pipe deep, ever deeper into the fathomless caverns under Chicago, knowing danger lurked round every bend, till we came to a raging cross-current.
Maybe like engineers going down there.
Looks like we'll have to shinny across on the pipe.
What's like really weird is there's water underneath the sea. They don't want to fall in that water, and they're big fish, they might have some big trouble.
Hang on, we're almost there. Coming, Sharky. Hang on tight.
It's almost like the sea has its own sea. It's like an ocean beneath the ocean.
I guess there are currents in the ocean, but they could just like swim over it. Like they don't have.
We found the main line. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Stingray's not going to be happy about this.
Sharky! I'm all right, George. I found a clue. Come and take a look.
Holy bonito! That's a bypass. Someone's stealing the air, but who?
We'll never find out sitting here.
Sounds like a
Hey,
Nord
Sharky,
Stream
come on, get a
pipeline.
move on.
Yeah, like
all right.
sabotage.
Putin been watching this for inspiration, clearly.
Where did that creepy
What the
black
heck?
shape?
It was the wreck of the Hesperus.
It's around this
We
one.
knew we
Yeah,
found
it
the
will
source of the
definitely come
trouble.
back to haunt your mind.
Hear that, Sharky?
There, that's done it.
Two of them. You look quite. I told you the villains were scary.
Illegal site.
Oil tank hookup? Check, check. Good. Now listen carefully. As soon as we open this valve, the high pressure air will shoot into the oil tank and then blast the oil into that emission pipe that we've hooked up to the compressed air network.
I can't make head or tail of it.
Oh,
know what they're talking about.
I think those nasty no-goodniks are planning to flood Chicago with a black tide.
But why?
The crude oil will gush out of that ridiculous sturgeon of liberty and send the denizens into a panic. They'll be out of town before you can see Davy Jones' locker, and then we'll go from house to house stealing whatever we want, and we'll be rich.
That's despicable.
Sharky, a snoop, huh?
What?
Was that because they're stingrays? They're like making like stingray?
Yeah.
You, it's me, a trap in the oil tank! Get me out of here! Trap door soldered shut!
Shit, pressure to the max.
Showing up.
Cut that out!
Zappa, boys!
I don't know how they're going to get themselves out of this one. Yeah. To resolve the mystery, get out there, catch the crooks.
We got it now.
Save Chicago.
Let's split up.
Pop through, isn't it?
That's the oil.
Oh boy. I have to avert disaster. The valve.
That's what happens then.
That'll teach you to
No,
steal and
blasted by
come
the
on
air?
to you.
Turn into one giant stingray.
I'm not one to boast, but we had saved the world again.
And now, my dear Dennis, now that the Fountain of Liberty is pumping pure fresh air into the waters of Chicago, I hope at election time you'll remember Mayor John Dorfitch brought the bubbles home.
He's full of hot air anyway.
Right.
Well, that was interesting. It's based on one.
But yeah, I think I definitely maybe watched thinking of it through rose-tinted spectacles. But I think it must have been quite a strange idea to base a kids' cartoon on 1930s gangsters, because a lot of the plots, like you could see the stingrays kind of like all talking together and contemplating like how to change the city, and then there's the scientists explaining how the city works and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, for a bit of a weird kids show. When,
It's a bit complicated for kids.
yeah, what do you think, Bonkers? Any thoughts? But yeah, maybe I need to watch a few more episodes, but I think for me the theme tune will always be in my head.
Yeah, that'll always
even
be in
years
my head.
times. Yeah. Just it instantly takes me back. And it's quite interesting, there's an events company, I googled Sharky George earlier, and there's a company called Sharky George, and they do events for adults and kids. Yeah.
But no connection to the show at all.
No, at all, none at all. Because I thought at first maybe it was like a big comeback. But I reckon maybe the people who came up with the idea, maybe they were the secret Sharky and George fans. Anyway, thank you for watching this look back at Sharky and George.